Hello everybody. This video is going to talk about the find function in VBA Excel, and it's a great way to speed things up instead of doing loops or basically instead of doing loops and looping through rows and columns looking for something. If you know what you want, you can just search for it on the workbook. So in this case, I have the term dog in 3 cells. It could be 100 different instances of this. I just put 3. So for the example, so what we're going to do is we're going to find each cell with dog, and we're going to mark it that we found it. That's what we're going to do. And the reason, well, basically, you could use this, say you wanted to find dog and then do something with the cell or do something with a cell nearby. You could use offset. You could find the cell and then loop through the column or the row to do whatever you want. So it's a great way to find something on a worksheet and then move around that way. But first you have to find it, and that's what this video is about. So let's go into the code and see what we have. So we have to declare a range, and a range is something you've maybe seen, like range a5.select, and that's what you're doing here. You're declaring a range. So you declare a range called result, and that is going to be the address of the find function. So we also need a search term, and the search term here is dog. So search term is string, declared as string, and then we put dog in the search term. Then we select the sheet, and now we go into a loop. We're going to do a do loop until the result of the find function is nothing. So here's what you do. You put do, the first thing in the loop, you put with active sheet.cells, and then you put set result. So now you're setting the range that you declared equal to the find function, which is .find, and here you use the search term. So find what? You want to find dog. And then after cells, so this is after all the cells, look in all the cells and look in the values, and then you have look at the whole or the part, and you want to look at everything, so you put Excel whole, search order by rows, direction, match case. You could Google the .find function. You could find out exactly what each one of these parameters means. What's important is that this works. So just Google it if you want, or you can just take a look at it here, and you'll be able to pause the video and write it down and things like that. Okay, so once you have that written, this is the most important part, .find. This is going to find dog and put it in the range result, and then it's going to select the range. So you're going to select the cell with dog, and then you have to change the value of the cell so you do not select it again. You could also, instead of changing the value, you could do something like this, like result dot address does not equal first address. So you could find, after you find it the first time, you could take in the address of the first result and then compare it to next results if you don't want to change the value. But for this instance, we're going to change the value. So instead of dog, it's going to say dog found, and then we're going to set the result, this is important, to the next instance of find. So what this does right here, this highlighted part, it goes back to this find function and finds the next instance of dog, and it sets result to that range. It sets the range result to that to the result of the find function. And now you want to loop until result is nothing. So you're going to stop doing this find function when there are no more dogs that need to be found. So let's see how this works. So we're going to step through, and right here you see it selected the first dog cell. If we keep moving, well, you could also see that it put found in there. Now we're going to keep moving, keep looping. Let me bring this down a bit. And we're going to find again, and there you see it selected the next dog. It's going to put the found in there, and now it's going to move on to the third dog. It's going to loop again. We're looping again, and it selects the third dog right here. It's going to put the value in there of found, and there should be no more dogs now. So loop until result is nothing. It's going to go back up, and there's no more dogs to be found, so that's it. So let's just run it, and you can see that it works. I'm just going to press run, and here you see it found all the dogs. So this is pretty useful. It's a lot quicker than doing loops, going x row is x row plus 1, or x column is equal to x column plus 1, and looping through columns. So try to use this instead. It'll speed things up. It's faster, and it's actually a better way to find stuff. So if you can do it, it's good. You could also put another find function within this loop. You could do a lot of stuff. So you could keep finding other stuff. Once you find dog, you could then do another find and find something else, and that's how you do that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Please comment, and thanks. If you need help or anything, just let me know. Bye.